inflicting serious injuries on the child as a consequence. Onlookers were clearly shocked by this whole eventuality. Eventually, the child and another child were pulled away. This has been reported from Mayapur in Hyderabad, an instance where dogs, in this particular case, seem to have been provoked by something that led them to viciously attack a 5-year-old child. This is CCTV footage obtained from a building that caught on to the whole attack, and eventually there were people in the area who pulled the dogs away. Now, one of the dogs happens to have a collar on it. It's yet to be ascertained if it is a domesticated dog. There is somebody holding on to that dog as well, stopping the dog from further attacking. So, absolutely horrific instance here recorded on CCTV in Mayapur in Hyderabad. A 5-year-old child viciously attacked by a dog, 2 dogs in fact. But the timely action of onlookers saved the child's life. Here's the child that has suffered injuries to his face and certain parts of his body, lacerations to his face as well. But luckily for the child, the child is out of danger. Here are his parents, obviously distressed at the vicious attack of dogs, and one would hope that the psychological trauma that has been inflicted on the child is also short-term. Child was immediately rushed to the emergency ward of this particular hospital in Hyderabad, and from what we've learned, the child is out of danger, just in a state of shock. Sometimes it is an arbitrary action that provokes the dogs to launch into such a vicious attack, which has necessitated parents of children to be very vigilant, especially when near dogs. In this particular instance, the dog was dragged a few yards by one of the dogs, clearly a bigger dog in this case, trying to drag the child away. Definitely a scary experience, a vicious attack on the dog on the child, I beg your pardon, by the dogs. The parents, of course, are also in a state of distress and shock over the attack their little son had to go through. This is a 5-year-old child in Hyderabad viciously attacked by a pair of dogs. The police in KIAL have arrested a man named Aditya Raj who made a hoax bomb call. 34-year-old Aditya Raj is a native of the district of Udupi and has been arrested by the KIAL police. He had made 2 hoax calls citing bombs placed in the airport over 15 days, and the police are interrogating him. Now, they're still trying to ascertain if this was a prank or something more sinister. It brings to a close the hoax calls that were coming in from one particular corner. 34-year-old Aditya Raj, he's also being assessed for stability in answering questions, interrogation that has been conducted by KIL police, who arrested Aditya Raj for making prank calls, hoax calls, citing that there are bombs placed in the airport. Now, 2 calls were made 15 days ago. They were finally traced to this man on the left of your screen, Aditya Raj. They're trying to find out if this was an act of mischief, an act of mental instability, or something sinister. A hoax call was made stating that there was a bomb placed in the international airport. The Kempegowda International Airport is a very heavily used airport. A big news coming in, a gas tanker has toppled over on National Highway 169. That's the latest information that we have available with us. National Highway 169 passes through Kudremukh and Mangaluru. A traffic jam up to 10 kilometers long has been seen from the SK border in Chikmagaluru. A heavy traffic jam owing to a gas tanker toppling over. As of yet, the area still remains sanitized. No one can go near the gas tanker until it is fully ascertained that there is no lingering danger of gas leakage. And here we see the traffic lineup that goes back about 10 kilometers. Some areas, some junctions are being kept clear. These are just visuals of the traffic jam. It has been extending more than 10 kilometers. This is the road that goes through Chikmagaluru. Kudremukh and Mangaluru are connected by this road as well, and this incident has happened in the district of Chikmagaluru. Big news on the political front. Sitharamaiah rules out imminent threat to coalition government as he has been issuing clarifications all morning. He said, and I quote, BJP is just daydreaming that he is involved in such an activity. The coalition government is stable and will complete its full 5-year term. This is what Sitharamaiah, who happens to be the chairman of the coordination committee between the two members of the coalition, stated, ruling out the fact that there is any danger to the coalition and that at the end of it all, he is involved in such an activity. He has completely ruled all of that out and has further stated that the coalition government is a stable government and will complete its full 5-year term. This comes in the midst of statements that he made just last Friday in Hassan that he wouldn't mind becoming the chief minister again. That led to a lot of tongues wagging along political circles about whether he wanted to replace H.D. Kumaraswamy. Let's listen to what Sitharamaiah said.
BJP ಅವರು ಕನಸು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಏನಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸಮ್ಮಿಶ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಬಹಳ ಭದ್ರವಾಗಿದೆ, ಏನೇನೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. BJP ಅವರು ಕನಸು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಏನಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸಮ್ಮಿಶ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಬಹಳ ಭದ್ರವಾಗಿದೆ, ಏನೇನೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ.
Meanwhile, Sitharamaiah issued a clarification on his wanting to become chief minister. He said, and I quote, "There is no question of me becoming chief minister now. I said I will become chief minister again if people support me. And if they do, it will be in the year 2023. Now let's listen to this clarification from Sitharamaiah as well.
ಮುಂದಿನ ಚುನಾವಣೆ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ
ಅಲ್ಲ ಮುಂದಿನ ಚುನಾವಣೆ ಹೆಂಗ ಇದಂತ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಸರ್? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಜೆಡಿಎಸ್ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಕತ್ತಾರ ಒಂದು ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಐತಿ, ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ನವ್ರ ಹೆಸರಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬೇಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಸಿಎಂ ಆಗ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಸರ್? ಹೆಂಗ್ ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರಗಳು?
ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್?
ಜೆಡಿಎಸ್ ಸಮ್ಮಿಶ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಜೆಡಿಎಸ್ನವ್ರ ಹೆಸರು ಪಡಿತಾ ಇದಾರೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದಕ್ಕೂ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಬೇಸ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ?
ಏನೇ ಸಮ್ಮಿಶ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಅದು ಸಮ್ಮಿಶ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಸಲ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೀರ್ತಿನೇ ಹೊರತು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪಕ್ಷಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ, ಎರಡೂ ಪಕ್ಷಗಳಿಗೆ. ಎರಡೂ ಪಕ್ಷದವ್ರು ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು.
ವಾಸ್ತವದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಕಡೆಗಣಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ?
ಕಡೆಗಣಿಸೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆನೇ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ವಲ್ರಿ. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಿದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಕಡೆಗಣಿಸೋಕೆ ಹೆಂಗಾಗ್ತದೆ?
ಅಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಕೆ.ಸಿ. ವೇಣುಗೋಪಾಲ್ ಪತ್ರ ಬರೆದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಂತ ಸರ್. ಈ ಥರ ಮಾತುಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿರೋದನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಕೆ.ಸಿ. ವೇಣುಗೋಪಾಲ್ಗೆ ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಪತ್ರ ಬರೆದಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ತಡಸ್ತಾರ. ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅವರು ಬರೆದಾರೆ
ಏನಂತ?
ಇದು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲು ಹಿಡಿತಾರೆ, ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ.
ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಬಿಡು.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ನೀವು
ಯಾವ ಪತ್ರನೂ ಬರೆದಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸುಳ್ಳು.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅವರು
ಇದೇ ನಂದು ಕೊನೆ ಚುನಾವಣೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಇದೇ ನಂದು ಕೊನೆ ಚುನಾವಣೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಮತ್ತು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು
ಚುನಾವಣೆ ನಿಲ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ?
ಸರ್
ಮುಂದಿನ ಚುನಾವಣೆಗೆ ನಿಲ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಅದ ಸರ್ ಈಗ
ನಾನೆಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ?
ಈಗ CM ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ
ಮುಂದೆ ಜನ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ CM. ಅದು ಹೇಗಾಯಿತು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಲವು ಹೊಳೆನರಸೀಪುರದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರು ಭಾಳ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಸೇರಿದ್ರು. ಅವರು ಕೆಲವು ಮನವಿಗಳು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಈ ಮನವಿಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಬಂದಾಗ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಸರ್ಕಾರದಿಂದ ಏನೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಂತ.
ಈ ಸರ್ಕಾರದಿಂದ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. ಕೆಲವೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು. ನಾನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಜನ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಪ್ಪ. ಅದು ಅಭಿಮಾನದಿಂದ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಮುಂದೆ ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ.
ಈಗಾದರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಭ್ಯಂತರ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ.
ಈಗ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆನೇ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ರಿ. ಈಗ ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸಮ್ಮಿಶ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಈಗಾಗ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮುಂದೆ ಈ ಥರ
I have on the phone with me BJP spokesperson T.S. Chandrasekhar. Chandrasekhar, thank you for joining us and a very good morning to you. Now, we have Siddaramaiah coming out with this clarification that it was rather out of context that his statements were taken last Friday, that there was no intent to replace the Chief Minister Kumaraswamy right away. It's only if the people bless him. How do you react to these clarifications?
First of all, the BJP party is very clear that we are not interested, or we don't want to destabilize in any way this government. So we are not interested at all. So there is no question of talking about us in this way. Number one. Number two is this government itself is under collapse. So they themselves are making a lot of movement. They only are making some campaigns. They are only making some issues. So in that case, we are not concerned about this, sir. Unnecessarily, because of the problems of Congress and JDS, they are trying to grab us and they are trying to put the blame on us.
Right. So Chandrasekhar, here seem to be a bunch of issues, perhaps, that the coalition is having. The very fact that cabinet expansion is delayed. There's also cabinet reshuffle being talked about from what has already been filled, and now a little bit of a ruffling, a ripple in the waters as far as the coalition is concerned. Do you perceive that?
Actually, in the coalition, the problem is there is no coordination between the Samanvaya committee led by Mr. Siddaramaiah and the state government of Mr. Kumaraswamy sir. Even whenever the flood reliefs came, they were not even informed about the packages, what they have to do, or even about the Salamanna program or the loan, farm wave loan waiver. For that also, they never consulted Congress. So even Mr. Parmeshwar, Deputy Chief Minister, is very much having issue with the JDS because he wanted some people to get transferred, but nothing has happened. So they themselves are having problems. So they can't solve their problem. So they're blaming BJP for this. That's it.
All right. Well, thank you, Chandrasekhar, for bringing in your opinion on this particular matter. So, of course, all of these clarifications not necessarily being bought by the opposition, but at the end of the day, Siddaramaiah, given the flurry of reactions that have been coming over the last 1 week over his statements in Holenarsipura, has now sought to clarify all of this confusion. Big news coming in, fresh trouble for MLA Muniratna. That's the latest coming in. Rajarajeshwari Nagar MLA Muniratna is in a bit of trouble with the Election Commission pulling him up over election expenditure. MLA Muniratna is accused of spending more than the permissible amount and is accused of spending 37,63,750 rupees, while the actual amount shown on papers was 20,75,857. That's more than 16.8 lakh rupees is the discrepancy. So what was that spent on? Where has that amount been hidden? All of these are questions that have just come up as far as critics of Muniratna are concerned. The Election Commission has pulled him up on this. It is yet to be understood what is the plan of action with regard to this extra expenditure that has been reported. MLA Muniratna is no stranger to controversy, especially during times of elections, and he certainly seems to have gotten himself in the dock once again with this almost doubling of election expenditure that was permissible. Prajwal Prasad joins me on the phone for more on this. Go ahead, Prajwal. What exactly seems to be the issue over here? We know the quantum of the amount, but the mismatch, how did that happen, if at all? How did that happen to reach the cognizance of the Election Commission?
Nikhil, first and foremost, the Election Commission of India had set a budget of 28 lakh rupees per each MLA as expenditure for the elections. But by the looks of it now, Muniratna has overshot this particular budget by over 9 lakhs. And therefore, now it is being learned that Muniratna had actually spent 37 lakh 63,000 rupees 750, while the actual amount that was shown on papers was only 20 lakh 75,000 and 857 rupees, which shows that there was a deficit of around 17 lakh rupees, which was not brought to the notice of the Election Commission. And this comes as a fresh problem for Muniratna, because initially what happened here is the fact that he was pulled up even by the High Court of Karnataka, and the High Court had ordered issue of notice to the R.R. Nagar on MLA on plea against his election, which was filed by one Tulsi Muniraj Gowda, who had contested from the BJP against him. And Justice Ravi Malimat had passed the order on the petition which was filed by Muniraj Gowda, who lost to Muniratna in the elections. And now it is being alleged in the petition that Muniratna, who was contesting from the Congress, had indulged in corrupt practices to lure voters through distribution of gifts like saris, cookers, water cans, cooking pans and calendars too. And now it has also been alleged that Muniratna, with the help of his agents and some officials of the BBMP, had illegally collected electoral photo identity cards. And we saw this scam had come to light. And the petitioner has sought a declaration from the court that the election of Mr. Muniratna is void, as he had allegedly indulged in serious electoral corrupt practices. And acting on this, the Election Commission has done a follow-up. And now it has been learnt as to how the additional cost came over here, because he has printed 2,000 additional booklets at a cost of 2,86,000 rupees, and T-shirts worth 13,72,000 rupees were given to the people, and the saris, the rate of the saris was 15 lakh rupees, which was distributed, and he had paid a sum of 4,77,750 rupees for the paid news over here. And summing up all of this together, Nikhil, it is coming up to now 37 lakh. It is coming to 37 lakh rupees 63,750 rupees now. So where did the additional 17 lakh rupees go? How did Muniratna hide this? That was one of the questions. And now finally the Election Commission has found this out, and therefore they have they have pulled up Muniratna over the election expenditure. And if Tulsi Muniraj Gowda has his way, then this election will definitely considered to be void over here, and this will be a lot of problem for the Rajarajeshwari Nagar MLA here.
Absolutely. Thank you, Prajwal, for bringing us those updates over the Muniratna issue. Now, the leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha, Mallikarjun Kharge, has lashed out at the BJP, saying that the BJP had adopted the RSS ideology and that Prime Minister Modi was implementing it. Not just that, Mallikarjun Kharge also said that the RSS ideology was poisonous to the country. He also sought to say that Congress is not just against Modi or Mohan Bhagwat, but against the ideology, and that they will continue to voice their opposition to the ideology. Now, the BJP is likely to field Baburao Chinchansur against Mallikarjun Kharge in Kalburgi. BJP's plan behind fielding Baburao Chinchansur is to garner votes of the Kol community. Baburao Chinchansur, a former Congress minister himself, will be joining the BJP in the presence of BJP State President B.S. Yediyurappa today. Chinchansur had contested from Gurmitkal in the district of Yadgir in the last elections and had lost the election. The former Congress minister being brought in to the BJP to counter Mallikarjun Kharge, a powerful name in North Karnataka. These are live visuals coming in with Baburao Chinchansur officially being inducted into the party at the Malleshwaram headquarters of the BJP state unit, welcomed by B.S. Yediyurappa.
ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಹಿರಿಯ ನಾಯಕ ಮಾಜಿ ಸಚಿವ ಬಾಬುರಾವ್ ಚಿಂಚನ್ಸೂರ್ ಅವರು ಅವರ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿಯವರು ಇವತ್ತು ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯನ್ನು ಸೇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾಲಿಕೆಯ ಗುತ್ತೇದಾರ್ ಅವರ ವಿಶೇಷ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನದಿಂದ, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಸಾಧ್ವಿ ನಿರಂಜನ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಅವರು ಕೇಂದ್ರದ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಚಿವೆ, ಅವರು ಸಹ ಕೋಲಿ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿದವರು. ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರ ಶ್ರಮದಿಂದ ಅವರ ಮನವೊಲಿಸಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅವರು ಸೇರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದರಿಂದ ಲೋಕಸಭಾ ಚುನಾವಣೆಯ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಸೇರ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ಆ ಕಲಬುರಗಿ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ 3-4 ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಗೆ ಆನೆಯ ಬಲ ಬಂದಂತಾಗಿದೆ. ಬಹಳ ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೋ ಬಿಜೆಪಿಗೆ ಸೇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಇವತ್ತು ಅವರೇ ಕೇಂದ್ರದ ಪ್ರಧಾನಿ ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿ ಅವರ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೋಲಿ ಸಮಾಜದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಹಿರಿಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ದೇಶದ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹದ್ದು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲದರ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಇವತ್ತು ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯನ್ನ ಸೇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ವಿಷಯ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದ್ದ ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಂತ ನಮ್ಮ
Campaigning for local body polls comes to a close today. The Election Commission has notified the candidates in this regard. Polls will be held for 105 local bodies on the 31st of August. Results for the same will be announced on the 3rd of September. There was a postponement by 2 days, but now it has been ascertained 31st of August will be the date of voting. 3rd of September will be the announcement of results. So here we see Siddaramaiah earlier during his campaign a few days ago. Such campaigns will stop today. The Karnataka State Election Commission had postponed the elections for the 105 urban local bodies by 2 days from the 29th of August to the 31st, following the demise of former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Polling will be held for 105 urban local bodies, including 29 city municipal councils, 53 town municipal councils and 23 town panchayats on the 31st of August. However, there is no change in the calendar of events for the elections to Shivamogga, Mysuru and Tumkuru city corporations. More than 36,03,691 people are expected to exercise their franchise in about 3,897 polling stations. For the first time, the Election Commission has offered Nota as an option. A bridge is in a dilapidated state even before inauguration. This has been reported from Hangarhalli in the district of Hassan. The bridge was constructed at a cost of more than 30 crore rupees and has been in a state of near disrepair for the last 2 months. Residents of the area are outraged that an imminent collapse of the bridge may happen due to substandard work. A bridge that had a lot of investment into it, but the quality has been questioned. A state of disrepair, cracks appearing in pylons, weakening of structure, leading to beliefs that there were a lot of cutting corners that was taking place, with a lot of sections just falling out. These are the side sections, panels that, concrete panels that just came crashing out of the side of this particular bridge. A bridge in tatters even before it has been put to use. One can only imagine its state when large vehicles in big numbers traverse this particular flyover. State of complete disrepair, that is what we're seeing of this flyover in Hassan. Absolutely shoddy work being done, and this is a brand new flyover. Take a look at this particular corner section as well. The gaps are heavy, there's already leaning of the corner unit. There are gaps that are widening. eventually causing slabs to just come away from the side panels. And even if they are painting on one side, another section is seeing severe damage as well. Heavy rains in the area have also not helped the situation, but certainly all of these structures are meant to be weatherproof. Clearly, the construction quality defies that belief. Big news coming in. Supreme Court to hear plea against arrests of human rights activists. That's what they're getting right now. Rights activists who have been arrested over the last 24 hours. The Supreme Court will be hearing the plea against their arrest. Supreme Court to hear petitions against the arrests at 3:45 this evening. Petitioners call the arrest of activists highly arbitrary. Police from Pune had arrested 5 people on Tuesday for plotting to kill the Prime Minister. Many of those who were arrested were social activists, civic activists and human rights activists, as well as university professors and a priest, Father Stan Swami, who is also an activist. Many of the persons are intellectuals who had voiced criticisms against the central government, the BJP and the Prime Minister, and now they have been accused of plotting to assassinate the Prime Minister. The Supreme Court is hearing the plea against what has been claimed are arbitrary arrests against such activists. Among them is are octogenarians, Father Stan Swami and Professor Varavara Rao. The Supreme Court will be hearing this plea at 3:45 this late afternoon. There has been a widespread criticism of the powers that be that such arrests were done arbitrarily, such arrests were done without basis and were aimed at targeting activists who spoke out against the government and the Prime Minister and are being labeled as urban Naxals. This is a case that has caused a great deal of polarized opinion with regard to left-wing versus right-wing sentiment. Dayalu Ammal, the wife of late Dravidar Munnetra Kazhagam or DMK patriarch M. Karunanidhi, who died earlier this month, has been admitted to the Apollo Hospital in Chennai. Ammal was hospitalized late on Tuesday. A statement on her condition is likely to be issued later in the day. Dayalu Ammal is 82 years of age and is the mother of DMK chief M.K. Stalin. She got married to Karunanidhi in the 1948 when she was just 12 years old. M. Karunanidhi died earlier this month, and now his wife, Dayalu Ammal, is hospitalized. This comes a day after M.K. Stalin took the reins of the DMK as the new president of the party. Actor and politician Nandamuri Harikrishna, son of former Chief Minister N.T. Ramarao, passed away in a tragic accident today. Actor and leader of the Telugu Desam party at one time, Nandamuri Harikrishna is no more. He met with a tragic accident on the Narkatpalli-Adanki highway in the district of Nalgonda in Telangana on Tuesday. He was on his way from Hyderabad to Nellore to attend a wedding. This is what we've done. Harikrishna was rushed to a hospital but was declared brought dead. Harikrishna is the son of former Chief Minister N.T. Ramarao and is survived by 2 of his 3 sons, Junior NTR and his older brother Nandamuri Kalyanaram, both highly popular actors on their own. Nandamuri Harikrishna enjoyed a brief cinematic career right from his childhood all the way to 2005, and then also had a tryst with politics in his capacity as a member of the Telugu Desam party, of which his father was the founder. Nandamuri Harikrishna had 3 sons, Janaki Ram and Kalyan Ram from his first wife, and Junior NTR from his second wife. He also had a daughter, Suhasini, from his first wife. Speaking to a few of TDP leaders who were closely associated with him on the personal level as well, Nandamuri Harikrishna was said to be very fond of driving, especially taking late night drives. He would not hesitate from going behind the wheel. From what we understand, Nandamuri Harikrishna was in fact the driver of the vehicle. He was in a Fortuner, and at about 6:30 this morning, in an attempt to overtake another vehicle, he rammed into a road median and toppled over many times before crashing into another car. Here we see his sons Junior NTR and Kalyan Ram arriving and to see their father's remains. His father's remains were at the Kamineni Medical College and Hospital in Nakatpalli, just outside Hyderabad. Harikrishna was driving to Kavali in the district of Nellore in Andhra Pradesh to attend the wedding of a fan when his car, which he himself was driving, crashed into the median on Nalgonda Highway. A great deal of distress for this family, and what's also an unfortunate coincidence is that this particular highway also claimed the life of his older son, Nandamuri Janaki Ram, in the year 2014, on the 6th of December, when he too crashed along a roadside median. Junior NTR too, in the year 2009, had a similar accident where he was severely injured but fortunately survived. Reactions have been coming in from across the political as well as the film spectra, and there has been a wave of shock and sadness in both fraternities at the sudden and tragic death of Nandamuri Harikrishna, said to be in general good health on his own, died as a result of this severe accident. There was severe blood loss, internal injuries and head injuries. He was thrown out of his vehicle, which has also led police to the belief that he was not wearing a seatbelt at the time. Nagarjuna Kineni, popular actor, has written a tweet. That's what he said a few weeks ago, quoting him, a personal statement in Telugu, and now he is gone. All I feel is a void. I will miss you, Anna. Both of them are contemporaries. Both of them have worked together in a handful of films. Most recently, in the film with Nagarjuna, Sita Ramaraju in 1999, where they played brothers. Harikrishna made his acting debut as a child artist in Sri Krishnavataram as a young Krishna in the year 1964, a film directed by popular director Kamalakara Kameshwara Rao. He was only 8 years old at the time. He then starred in Talapellamma in 1970, followed by Tatama Kala in 1974, Ram Rahim also in 74, and Danavira Shurakarna in 1977, before taking a 20-year-long gap. We have reactions from eyewitnesses who took him to the hospital, some of whom who were not aware at the time that he was, in fact, Nandamuri Harikrishna. Let's listen in.
దాసరగూడ నుంచి పాలు తీసుకొని వస్తున్నా 6:30 అయింది. నేను వచ్చే వరకు బండి పడి ఉంది. అక్కడి నుంచి ఒక కారు వస్తుంది. ఆ కారు ఈ కారు వేగంగా వచ్చే టైం చూసుకొని ఆయన తప్పించుకొని కంపచెట్టలో పోయిండు. ఈ సార్కు ఎగిరి అక్కడ ఆ మూరలో పడ్డాడు. ఆ మూరలో పడితే మేము వచ్చినాము. 4 5 పోలీసులు వచ్చారు, సార్లు వచ్చారు. అందరినీ కమాండర్ సార్ ఫోన్ చేస్తే అంబులెన్స్కి ఫోన్ చేసిర్రు. అంతా నా సార్ని తీసుకొచ్చి ఇక్కడ బండబెట్టినాము. ఈ ప్రాంతం మొత్తం కొట్టుకుపోయింది. ఏం లేదు, గాలి ఆడుతుంది కానీ మాట సోయిగా అయితే ఏం లేదు. మేమైతే అప్పుడు అనుకోలేదు సార్. హరికృష్ణ బతికే పరిస్థితి అయితే కొట్టలేదు అప్పటికి. మేమైతే హరికృష్ణ అనుకోలేదు. ఇప్పుడు నేను చల్లబెల్లికి వచ్చినాక దుకాణం కాడ అయితే హరికృష్ణ అటగా నువ్వు పొద్దుగాలు చూసినావంటే నేను చూసినా అని చెప్పిన అంతేగా.
That was what the witness said. They all reacted to a very loud noise and rushed with their aim to get the survivors to the hospital immediately. It was only later that they realized who was driving that vehicle. Nandamuri Hari Krishna was at the wheel at the time, and in an attempt to overtake another vehicle, rammed into a roadside median. Junior NTR and Kalyan Ram arrived at the hospital to take over the formalities and to, in the time of bereavement, also receive the remains of their father. It is yet to be understood what the funeral arrangements will be at this juncture. Meanwhile, what we've learned is that in the BJP office in Malleshwaram, they had a few moments of silence for Nandamuri Hari Krishna. Here, all of the leaders were standing in silence before going on with the formalities of the day, and spent a minute in silence to mourn the death of Nandamuri Hari Krishna.
Please.
That's a wrap on this edition of the Bulletin. We have a News 9 special on the other side. Stay tuned.
The world is facing an environmental crisis. Large-scale cutting down of trees and mindless deforestation is leading to global warming, raising temperatures all over the world alarmingly. The loss of green cover across the globe, leading to loss of soil cover, demoisturization of soil, and consequent threat of drought. Many environment historians have said that it was deforestation and consequent recurring drought that ended the Mohenjo-daro Harappa civilization.